This is another Sheetz-inspired chit-chat. Well, I come on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays to Sheetz usually, but last week was a weird week because of Memorial Day, and they had way too many, so I just skipped a day last week. So this week, instead of coming on Monday, I came on Tuesday. And went there, and I saw this girl that I used to see all the time. Her name's Cassy, and I told her a bunch of stuff about how, like, with stuff that's going on in my life. This happened back in September, and now it's May, or June, actually, just June 3rd now. And I haven't seen her in a long time, and she just seemed really standoffish. Like, not really standoffish, but just like something was on her mind. And I get it, because we all have stuff on our mind. But one of those things, like, with me is I have stuff in my mind, but when I see someone that is, like, somebody that I really like she's somebody that I look forward to seeing her when I see her. So I was just like, I could sense that she didn't really want to talk, because, I usually talk about, like, some of my amazing stuff that I do, and she's really fascinated by it, because she's a third shifter, and it's like during the time that I have any extra time to do any of my meditating, or, any of that stuff, but then, like, so when it happens, it'll be right after it happened, and she'll be the first person I'll see, so I would tell her all about it, and she'd be fascinated by it, and, as soon as that happened, like, she was always, like, really friendly and whatever. She's a lesbian, but, she was always really friendly and whatever, but she seemed really just to herself and shy at first until I started bringing that stuff up, and then she started being really, really outgoing with me, and, like, we would talk about stuff, and then she, like, gave me her, like, she sent me messages on Facebook and her phone number and all this stuff, and then was sending me, because I told her about how I could see the future and how I could see the past, and she started doing stuff like asking me questions about looking up these things for her in the past and all this kind of stuff, and I'm thinking, like, that's not what it's for. I mean, that's what people are doing, is they're getting confused, like, oh boy, this guy could teach me how to do whatever, well, I want him to read my past. Like, why? What are you doing? I mean, it sort of sucks, because I was like, well, I would need some kind of item of yours to do it, because it's not something that I'm focusing on doing. It's not like one day all of a sudden you're like, pow, I can read everybody's past just by them asking me, and I don't want that. Like, to me, that's not important. That's like trying to prove something to somebody, and I don't care. It's not important to me to prove something to somebody. So basically today when I got stuff, I was like, well, hey, I haven't seen you in like 5 months, but I can tell you're just not interested in hearing anything from me. And she's like, yeah, sorry, I just got a lot of stuff in my mind. I thought I was done working third shift. And I'm thinking, like, I work every shift. And I was thinking to myself that she said, I thought I was done working third shift. I'm like, well, then be done working third shift. That's your choice. You don't have to be here at Sheetz. You're not stuck at your job. Like, when I complain about my job, it's because I am sort of stuck here. She doesn't have kids. She doesn't have anything like that. She's just in college and lives with parents, or, whatever. She can figure something out if she wanted to. I mean, I figure something out if I want to. I could just live homeless, but with my obligations, I have more stuff that I got to deal with. And I'm not trying to say I have more or less than anybody, whatever. And it's not that part of I'm not making that the point, but the thing is, we all have something we got to deal with. But it's how she's taking it on. Like, the guy was like, oh, how was your weekend? She's like, I was here, so it sucked. And I'm thinking, like, you only work part of your day. You only work 8 hours a day. These people only work 8-hour days. When someone who works an 8-hour day complains to somebody who works a 20-hour day about how long their day is, it just gets annoying. Like, I love them, but it's just annoying. Quit being such a baby. Like, and I'm not saying it to compare to you, but it's something that I've always done. Like, whoopee-doo. Like, quit being a baby about working. And quit your job then. Oh, but I can't, because then I'd have to. You don't have to anything. Just chill out and quit worrying about what everyone else says. When people don't do that. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out, because I thought it was sort of interesting that, shit, I can clue people in. I don't even want to say show, but I can give people a better understanding of consciousness, life, love, their future, how to use their energy, their body energy. And instead, she's more worried about being at work. And I'm thinking, like, okay, well, think about work then. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the things that I have to offer to people, I think are more important than most things. Life. This is the answer to life. Wouldn't that be the most important thing to life, is learning about life? I would think so. But people are more interested in, getting a frappe mocha, or worried about their job, like making some hot dogs. It doesn't make any damn sense. But anyway, peace.